Hi there and welcome back, and I hope you're all keeping well and it's really good to see you again. And today I'm going to talk about something that I'm asked a lot. It's probably one of my biggest asked questions when I'm out and about, and also through my website silverjewelleryisland.com. And what it is how to find your ring size. Now, I know in an ideal world what you can do, and the easiest way is probably just to go to a jeweler. If you go to a jeweler, you can either get a ring measured or you can get your finger measured. So if you go to a jeweler, you can just get any ring that what's your favorite ring, or a ring that fits you really well, and you can just get that measured onto a ring sizer. And the other option is to get your finger measured using one of these. But obviously, if you're at home or you're not near a jeweler, that's not the ideal scenario. So I'm going to show you today how to do this at home with just some everyday materials you would have anyway. So what I'm going to use is a piece of paper, a pair of scissors, a ruler obviously to do the measurement, a pencil or a pen just to do some markings as well. And the most important thing you need to do when you're measuring your ring size is a chart, a reliable chart that can convert the measurements from your ruler onto a ring size chart. Now there is one on my website and I will link it here, and it converts all the millimeter measurements into a ring size. Now I know with ring sizing a lot of people are a little bit confused because it depends on where you are. Some people use millimeters, some people use letters, and some people use numbers, so it's a little bit confusing. So you can have a millimeter measurement like 55, you can have a letter like N or O, and then you can also have other numbers such as 7, 8 and 9. So it does become a little bit confusing, but they do all relate to one another. And the other thing is, on my website I do have all the rings listed in those 3 different kinds of measurements. You can see they all correlate with one another, so that hopefully makes it a little bit easier once you've measured your ring size. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do it, and today I'm going to use my ring finger. This is the one I like to wear most of my rings on, and I'm going to measure this one. Now it's going to be tricky for me because I am right-handed, so I'm going to have to do it the other way around, and I'm going to show you how I can do it really easy with just one little strip of paper. So here's one I prepared earlier, and here is my strip of paper. It's about 5 millimeters in width, and as I said, it's about 8 centimeters or 80 millimeters in length. And what I'm going to do is just place it around my finger. Now obviously I'm going to put it on the finger where I would like a ring to sit. So I'm not going to put it far up my finger or on the knuckle, but I'm actually going to put it exactly where I would like to wear a ring. And just to explain, the reason why I've used that thickness of a piece of paper is just so that it sort of mimics the sort of same width as a band, an average ring band. Now, just with tips of measuring this and wrapping it around your finger, you don't want to pull this too tight because obviously you're not going to get an accurate measurement. And likewise, you don't want to have it too loose because again, you're not going to have an accurate measurement. So the best way to do it is just wrap it so it's comfortable but sitting nice and close to the skin. So I shall show you here using the little strip of paper. I'm going to wrap it around my finger, my ring finger, and I'm going to put it exactly where I would like the ring to sit on the finger. And I'm going to make sure it's snug but not too tight, and obviously not too loose, so I get an accurate measurement. And then I'm going to just use the fingers either side to keep that in place. And you can see there's a little bit of an overlap there with the paper. And just using the pencil, I'm going to mark across the 2 pieces. So then I get my measurement. Now I can take that off. I'm going to grab my ruler, and then I'm going to measure my reading against the ruler. And I can see there that is 55 millimeters, and that's my ring size. So I actually have a ring here in a size 7, my perfect ideal size, beautiful little cut amethyst ring there. And you can see I'm just going to pop that on there, and that's absolutely perfect. It's a nice fit. The ring isn't loose, it's not falling off me, it's not swiveling around, and it wasn't really hard to get on or uncomfortable once I was wearing it. So that is the perfect ring size for me. And that's sort of, I would say, an average size ring. It's got quite a fine band at the back, so it's sort of an average size, and a 7 is perfect for that style of ring. However, this can be a little bit different depending on different styles and shapes and sizes of rings. So I'm going to demonstrate here with this sort of style of ring, which is a much heavier, wider, thicker band, a bit like a cuff ring. I need to go up a size, and I actually need to go up to a size 8 in this ring. So originally I'm a 7. This is actually a size 8, and the reason I do that is because it's a much wider band. If you just compare that to the original ring, which is much narrower, you can see the difference, and that's why I need to go up to a bigger size in that wider ring, because otherwise it's just not going to go on. It's also not going to be comfortable once it's on my finger. So let me just show you. If I pop that on, I like to wear it that way around. You can see that went on nicely, but again, there's not any movement in it. It's not going anywhere, and it's really, really comfortable. And there's a little bit of a holding on there with the knuckle, which is exactly what you want. So that's perfect, and it's comfortable as anything, even though it's a really big dramatic ring. And likewise, if you have a thinner band or a top heavy ring like this one I'm going to show you now. So let me just show you the back there. That's a very, very thin band. If you compare that to the first ring I was showing you, the wider ring, you can see the difference there. And with this ring, I actually need to go down a size. So this was a size 8, and this is now a size 6. Thinking back, my original ring was a 7. This is an absolutely beautiful ring. It's a cut blue topaz ring. It's a multifaceted stone. I absolutely love this ring. It's beautiful. And as you can see, it's quite a heavy, top heavy ring. It's got the stone. It's also got a very heavy silver bezel setting around it. So that ring needs to be a really good snug fit, because otherwise that style of ring is just going to keep moving on my finger, and it's going to keep rocking from side to side, and it is actually going to possibly damage or knock the stone as well, and you're not going to get the beauty of that lovely ring. Now this is a size 6, and I know putting it on my finger it's going to be a bit of a struggle because it is smaller than my usual size. There you go. But I got it on, and once it's on, it's just sitting absolutely perfectly. I'm not getting any movement with that ring at all, and it just sits absolutely as I want it to, showing off that beautiful blue topaz. And I can't even feel it now it's on. It's fantastic, and I know that's not going to move or go anywhere. So I'm just going to take that off. Again, a bit of a struggle because it is a smaller size ring. And then if I show you the ring, the same ring, but in my actual size, you can see it's going on a lot easier, but also there is a lot more movement in that. And that's just going to keep moving and flopping from side to side. And that is going to just drive me mad. It really is. And also I'd just be so worried about damaging that stone, either scratching it or knocking it or cracking it. So I would be really careful about that. So I just feel that even though that is my true size, it's not right for that ring. So if this is just too much for you and too confusing, then the other alternative, of course, is always to wear an adjustable ring or even just an elasticated ring. And I'm going to show you one here. This is a beautiful abalone shell ring here, and it is adjustable, which is fantastic. I'll just show you on the back there. So it's actually, the ring is fixed in one place on one side, and the other end of that ring is left open. And that means if you pinch where it is actually fixed just to protect it, you can then adjust and move that band as to the size you need it. And silver is nice and soft, so you can actually do that with ease. Obviously be really careful with it. And I love this type of adjustable ring because the adjustable bit is on the back of the front part of the ring, which means it's not going to pinch you or hurt your finger when you're wearing it. And I know some adjustable rings would have it there. I find those a little bit more uncomfortable to wear, and they can pinch your skin, and I don't like that. So this is a much easier way to have an adjustable ring, and I think I've made that almost my perfect size. Yes, you can see there it is, and look at that, it's perfect. It's absolutely brilliant, and I've got exactly the size I want. Also really handy to do an adjustable ring for a gift for someone, because if you don't know their ring size, then that's a safe bet. And I must say, I do like using an adjustable ring when I'm traveling or on holiday, especially when it's somewhere warmer, because my fingers do sometimes get a little bit bigger in the heat, and I find an adjustable ring is perfect for that, because you can just move the size of the band to where it feels the most comfortable, depending on how you're feeling. So I hope that's been really helpful for you today, and I'd love to see you again. Please send any comments or questions in the link below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this or found this useful. And I hope to see you again really soon, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.